Hey guys, this is Chris Superfast RC again, and today I'm going to be giving you a race wrap up on my recent race. I believe it was the Electric Boogaloo at RCHQ, and I ran 3 heats and 1 main with this buggy here, and I came out, I believe, 5th place overall in the main and qualified 4th in the last qualifier. I did, progressively got better as the heats went on, being the first time on the track and first time racing this car on a track. So some things about the car and tire selection hit me right away, and I'm going to go ahead and talk to you about the tires and what happened with that. So when I first came up to the track, I was running these AKA Enduros medium compound, and they were doing okay, but when we first got on the track, it was very loose. It was a brand new layout. So these weren't quite hooking up just like I wanted to. I guess they weren't, I'm not sure. They were sliding around a lot. It might be something to do with the rear diff, which I'll talk to you about a little later. But yeah, these were sliding around a lot. Just couldn't get the right hookup. And also, if you see right there, this one got chipped, I guess, on a nail. Something. So after the first heat, I went ahead and pulled these guys off right away and stuck these Proline calibers on. These I ran for the rest of the day. It gave me pretty good traction. When I got into, where I had traction, I could put power down. These would give me some good traction. But also in the corners, these were a bit loose. And I think that has more to do with the rear diff, needing a lighter oil in the rear diff. I think I'm running 5K. This is 7. It's going to be here 7, 5, 5. And this really needs to be 7, 5, 3. So I'll talk to that a little bit later. But yeah, the calibers did a better job. But I am probably, and once the track came around, it got grooved up, and these were, a little bit over aggressive. So I'm going to start, when I go next time, I'm going to have a couple sets of new tires. I think I'm going to go for maybe some, I don't know, little bits of a less aggressive tread pattern in a probably M3 or soft compound. So we'll have that. Might go Proline, might go AKA as well. But yeah, the Enduros didn't really work out, so I'm just going to keep those for bashing around, maybe try them, and once the track is grooved up, maybe they're okay. But we're just going to push those aside for now. And yeah, we used the Prolines, so that's what I ended up using. And they did good. I started picking up some seconds on my laps. Anyways, more about the car though. Shocks in the rear seem to be a little bit, I don't know, it seemed like it liked to bottom out maybe after some of the jumps. Front was pretty good. Didn't have any issues with the front. The back might have bottomed out a little bit too much. But it was very predictable and it was stable, so I guess that's okay. The main issue, I think, for me was that my rear diff is too tight. I mean, the oil's too thick. And when I got into a corner, the rear would, slide out. And I'd, go wide. And other people would just cut, around and take the inside line, get around me. So, I mean, that's okay, that's all right. And, I ended up doing 5th in the A-Main, which is a 10-minute race. And I had a lot of fun. I mean, to be honest with you, it was a lot of fun. So, yeah, it did great. Another thing, I'm probably going to upgrade my ESC motor combo to something a little bit smoother. Not that the Castle's not smooth, it's just... Maybe I'm thinking about going for something censored. Looking at maybe there's the Tekin, but it's really expensive. And I'm thinking maybe a Hobbywing ESC, and maybe something like, I've seen the Hacker motor, or maybe the Trackstar, whichever one I can get a better deal. I probably trust the Hacker more, even though they're very similar. But yeah, maybe the Hacker A-Scale 1900 kV censored motor. And yeah, like I said, I think it's the Hobbywing SCT Pro ESC, which is highly recommended for A-scale use. Another thing I'm going to go ahead and do, I'm going to go back to the composite chassis braces. With the rear one though, there's kind of a funny story. I'll have to put a picture in the video. But another guy who's running RC8.2E, first heat, hit one of the jumps kind of awkward, and he ended up snapping his rear chassis. What happened was the plastic or composite chassis brace just snapped, and right there at the bottom. So thank goodness mine didn't do that, but I think these aluminum braces kind of contributed to maybe some of the looseness that the buggy had on the loose stuff. I don't know, and it was kind of it seemed like it was overly stiff, I guess you could say. And that's one of the things that they say the aluminum braces do, is they make it a little bit too stiff, not giving it enough flex for the buggy to, you know, handle the looser terrain better. But like I said, the motor is a little bit, I guess it's not as smooth as I'd like, but it had plenty of speed. I was over jumping things. I'm thinking this is going to go in the Stampede 4x4, to be honest with you. This is probably going to go in the Stampede 4x4, this motor here. I don't know what ESC I'm going to use yet, but I think that's what's going in the Stampede 4x4. That's going to be a beast. But yeah, other than that, the Savox servo did fine. No glitching issues at all. With the radio, I'm using a Aerotronics MXV. Perfect, very comfortable, smooth. Really like it. Just get a look at it there. But yeah, really like this radio. Recommend it. Better than the FlySky as far as latency goes. Big time improvement over the FlySky. And other than that, the shocks on this buggy, another thing I really don't care for is they seem to leak a little bit on the top of my caps, and I don't know, they're not the best. But overall, it performed very well. And like I said, I'm going to do some changes in the diffs. 3K in the rear probably, maybe even 2, not sure. But 3K, I'm going to leave the center alone at 5K and keep this at 7K and see what that does. Probably get new body too. I don't know, this one's kind of getting beat up. I mean, it still works, but yeah, I want to get a different style. I don't really like the sharp angles on it. Just not me. Other than that, yeah, I had a great time, and I'm going to post some of it's going to be shaky, it was cell phone video, but some of the other classes I was able to film while I wasn't running. So I think it's a Truggy and Novice, and then there's some of the 4-wheel drive 10 scale buggy, which is really fast racing. So anyways, yeah, hope you enjoyed, and this has been Chris with Superfast RC.
Minutes left.
We got about a minute 40 down, 500 left to go. We got this turn away. Anthony in second. Ryan is third. Anthony. About 150 down. 5:10 left to go. We got Tyler on the way, Noah in second, Jason third, Jeff in fourth, Dog in fifth, Doug
5 minutes left.
and Nick in seventh. Jeff goes over the double and off the bag, and look good. Here comes Mitch.